Welcome to the Battleground of the Gods.
Welcome, challengers, to Battleground of the Gods, a Smite podcast. I am your host, Step Nation, and joining me today we have Fro Double G.
Hey, ladies. I'm in a tornado storm.
Nevaeh 03.
Hey, everybody.
And Willow 1771.
What's going on, bots?
Alrighty, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this episode. The games this week. Fro, how were your games, bud?
Oh, boy. So, wasn't here last week, so quite a few games to talk about. Don't really have any specific ones that I remember. Not like any particular game.
Don't you have that one where you and I were in the duo lane? And,
yeah, and you were playing Ganesh, by the way.
Yep.
That's who you were. I forget who you said last week. You said Kumba, but it was Ganesh.
Oh, it was Ganesh.
And oh my God, Erlong ADC. Let me tell you what, people. You buy Crusher, you fuck him up. That's it. That's the key. It's great. I love it. Berserker Shield helps a lot. Yep. I've been having Wednesdays off, so I've been getting a lot of game time in on Wednesdays. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, I played a whole bunch with the Xbox people. Well,
yeah.
the cross-play people. I did the EU Invasion, where I was playing with Adios, Ufella, and Sedan. I think we had damn near every Scandinavian country in that party at that point. We were missing out on like one. But, you know, it works. It works. The accents, they were thick. They were heavy. It was great. I didn't know what the fuck anyone was saying half the time. Just kidding. I love you guys. Played some games with Queasy. I've been playing some games with Key, Danny, Ario, Wanted. I've just been playing a lot of fucking games with a whole bunch of people lately. Been fun. Not gonna lie, the new Assault feels really good. I know we weren't able to get rid of all the orbs, but damn it, we got rid of some. I like the one in between T1 and T2 tower. That gives the defending team a decent chance.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Friday, I had the Olympian meeting. That was exciting as always.
Oh, any spoilers?
Not that you're going to hear about.
All right, sounds good. Sounds like that's a known issue, Fro.
That's a known issue there, Dep.
That's a known
Them
issue.
spoilers are known.
Oh, shit. All right.
Let's see. Last weekend, went camping. That sucked dick. I hate camping. The wife hates camping. It's not
Then
fun.
why'd you go camping?
Because the
It
kids
sounds like
it.
nobody... Oh, okay, the kids like it, yeah.
Didn't you go with your dad, too?
Yeah, and it was a family thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking
Willow
hate
doesn't
camping.
like camping either.
Just call me up, double go camping with your family for you.
Listen here, motherfucker. I don't pay hundreds of dollars each month to have a house to go sleep in a fucking tent. I mean, we had a pop.
Agreed.
We borrowed my brother's trailer. There we go. And
you weren't even
use that.
camping.
Yeah, 'cause I fucking hate camping. Jesus Christ, roughing it sounds like dick. Who wants to do that shit? Not me. If you do, cool. I don't. Fuck that. I have
that's
a
your
house
thing,
with a comfy
enjoy.
bed, with
I don't
electricity
want it.
and games and a TV. Yeah.
Welcome, challengers, to Battleground of the Gods, a podcast where we shit on camping.
I'm okay
You're
with
defending it. I'm shitting on it. Then let's see here. Played some games with Lovey. That was fun. Hi, Lovey. I felt kind of bad because I was like, she said, go ahead and like, hey, if you got any advice, go ahead and tell me. But I'm the type of guy you don't say that to unless you honestly want it, because I'm about to fucking talk your ear off. I'm sure you guys know this by now. Fro can talk. So I felt
Some
kind of
people
bad
say that.
like, yeah,
Some
go
people
ahead.
say that. Oh,
Give me
it's
some
not good
advice.
when
They
you do.
literally want to know what your start is, and that's it. Don't tell them anything else.
Yep.
And even then, sometimes a lot of people just want to know so they can disagree with it and do something else anyways.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Lovey's the exact opposite. She legit wants to know so she can get better.
Exactly.
And
And,
I-
she's really receptive to it, too.
And I try to not be like other people when you're like, oh, I need help with build. And this person's like, build Bancroft. And that's all they tell you. I'm like, all right, you might want to pick up Bancroft. It's got some good power. It's got a little bit of mana. It's got a really good passive that's strong in assault. You're playing on such and such a god, and lifesteal's pretty good on them. If not, you could look at this option or this option, or you can get whatever the fuck you want. Little difference there. Most people just do the buy Bancrofts, lols.
Optimal.
Yeah, optimal play. That's not meta. You gotta buy with meta. Meta only. But, yeah, that's been Fro lately. Just gaming a lot. Playing
What
with a lot
about
of different people.
What about the one game that you harassed me about not bringing up last week?
Oh, yeah! Nev didn't bring this up. All right, so it was Nev, Lovey, and I. We're in an assault. And I might be getting some of these gods confused here. But it was Chernobog, Medusa,
That was Lovey. That was you.
and Chiron. Actually,
I
no,
was
not
AMC.
Medusa. Not Medusa. It was, you were AMC, so I was Chiron. Yep, that's what it was. Right? 3 ability-based hunters. And I'm like, guys, I got a pretty good ability-based hunter assault start that I've been using. Let's go Soul Eater right into Mage's Blessing. Get your mana sustain, get your health sustain, cooldown, power. Works really good, especially with ability-based hunters. Then we bought our boots. Then I'm like, hey, let's go triple oboe. So we bought triple oboe, triple crusher. Like we all had identical builds. Dude, so fun.
AIDS.
It was.
AIDS
I
occurred
felt
in that
bad.
game.
Dude, okay, AMC with crusher is already AIDS, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then you
it
have
is.
3 oboe procs, and then
Yep.
you got your Chiron with crusher, and you got your fucking Cherno with crusher. Oh
Who
my
are
god.
you
it was-
against? Who are you against?
I don't remember. I think they had like one front line, and that was it. I don't remember the team comp. It was like 3 weeks ago because Nev forgot to bring it up. But
Well, I was just saying because, what is it? Brawlers is good on AMC for Assault.
oh yeah, have you tried Crusher though?
Have
Oh,
you
no.
tried Crusher
It's
though?
Crusher. It's Crusher and Brawlers. Like that's my go-to AMC.
In Assault,
Almost always.
Brawler is definitely fucking OP on him.
Bro, I've got receipts.
You got
I
receipts.
got receipts.
All right, we got receipts.
Yeah. All right, so I was AMC. You were
nailed.
Neath.
Neath.
We had
That's right.
a Nox and a Soul,
Mhm,
and Lovey
mhm.
was on Chiron.
Lovey was Chiron. Okay. See, I must have said Chernobog because earlier that day, Lovey was playing Chernobog, and I'm like, dude, he's just an edgelord Neath. Just
Yeah.
play him like Neath. He like you put your thing on the ground, you hit it with your other ability. He's an edgelord Neath.
But his auto attacks are so good.
I
I'm
went
not saying you're not.
11-2. Fro went 8-1, and Lovey, who is still new with Chiron, went 4-7, which was pretty respectful for her. She went into that build just like Fro had requested, and put in some work. So, of course, we did buy boots, but yeah, we also had the oboe. I built Crusher. Or I started to build Crusher. I built Exy first for some strange reason, but yeah. There you go. There's the receipts. We were against a Medusa, a Hebo, Ganesh, Pele, and Jingwei.
Yeet.
How to
Good
be
times.
obnoxious to the enemy team. Build 3 oboes.
36 kills to their 16. GG's.
Feels bad when that happens.
Bullshit. That felt fucking great, Depp.
Well, no, for the enemy team. Dude.
Oh yeah, that feels
Well,
bad.
God.
That feels
Yeah.
bad. Anyways, that was pretty much so has been Fro's games. Next,
Nevaeh! What you got?
03.
All right. Oh, yep, you forgot the 03 there.
Oh, my bad.
I have been trying out some new gods in mid. I know this is sounding like a broken record, guys, and I apologize. But
You've only said it for the
that,
past 6 weeks, Nev. We're good.
once that healer meta came out, I was like, you know who I am pretty good with and have some experience with?
If you say Afro, I'm going to leave this call.
Chonga.
Okay. We're good.
I went Chonga mid. And it wasn't hateful. It was a little rough. But I got a bunch of big ults, like 3 to 4 man stuns right in the middle of mid lane. That felt real good. I was up against a Raw my first game, and I was like, this is interesting.
Oh, that's gotta be rough.
It wasn't that bad, because I could just, like, dance out of his stuff. And,
Chunga's really obnoxious until, like, level 10 or so, because she can just poke you while she's clearing the wave.
Yep.
I played against
heal,
one.
Poke and heal.
Yeah, exactly. I played against one earlier today, and that's all. She just ran at me and hit me with the archers, and me with her 1, and then would heal with the 3. And if I tried to stun her as my Chronos, she would just dance, and I was like, "Fuck you! This is stupid."
But yeah, no, that was pretty interesting. And then I did end up getting Afro in Assault. I went 4-1 and 15. And that felt real good. As soon as the game was over, I was like, okay, all right. It was a good change of pace. Welcome back, healers.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, healers. Last night I was playing some games with Rick, and he was streaming, and GPS from the Exilium Classic League, they all popped into his chat, and they were like, hey, you guys want to scrim? And we're like, well, Kyle's on vacation, and our sub just went to go play another game. We're short, we don't have enough people. Well, we actually managed to work it out. We got our good friend Blaze to come in and be our solo, and he picked Jing Chen in solo lane and got one of the most hype fucking fire giant steals I have ever seen in my entire life. We were all back in Fountain. We had placed a sentry. We're like, we know they're on fire giant. He teleports in, 5-man ults them, and gets tick damage on the fire giant, and steals the fire giant, and ults them away from it.
Hype.
And I was just like, holy crap. That was amazing. That was so awesome. Thank you again, Blaze, for being our solo sub last night. We really appreciate it. There was another part in that game. We were all like team fighting in duo lane, and we were trying to get their T2, and they just kind of like kept outboxing us and kept pushing us back. So we were trying to get away, and Blaze was in the fountain buying items, and he's like, put a ward down, I'll teleport in. All of a sudden, there's 4 fucking wards in dual lane. We're like, pick one, here you go. You can't say we don't buy wards. That's all I'm saying. That's the moral of the story.
Now wait a minute.
Can't say.
Wait, hold on. There's a problem with this, though. None of those wards were already placed.
Well, we were holding them for a different objective, and it just so happened that this, like, arena fight just started happening in duo lane. So we were like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put these down here. We'll go back and get more later. But I went Poseidon first game and went 8-0. And I gotta say, the quality of life changes on Poseidon this past patch.
The mana cost reductions? I can't wait. I haven't played them yet, but... Oh.
It feels so good. So thank you. And then second game I went Agni 5-0. No deaths for Nev last night. Feels good.
Nice.
Sounds more like Fragny to me.
And we went 2-0. So GG's. It was a lot of fun. We needed the break between the splits to just kind of like recollect ourselves, reset, and it was just a lot of hype for just being away and not really playing too much competitively lately. It was a good change. So I think that about does it for my games. How about you, Willow?
All right, so I got Sylvanas Diamond finally. I love Sylvanas, but I don't play him consistently because he's been in and out of meta, and he's just hard to play sometimes into certain picks. But I got him Diamond at over the weekend, last weekend. I have like 2 or 3 more games on Cabrakan. Yeah, I've been playing Cabrakan. He's been at like 9 for months, so I was like, I'll just play him for a little while. And I have fragged a little bit early game, and then my team doesn't know how to play around me late game, so that's a little bit rough. So literally right before we started recording the podcast tonight, I was like, oh, it's 7:15. We're meeting at 8. I got enough time to play one game. So I queue up a game. I get in. I pick a bracken. Our team comp is relatively good. We are like, it's 5 kills to nothing at like 7 minutes. We're invading their jungle really well. We're playing really well into them. And then their mid soul just goes off. And she brings them back. They get a Gold Fury. We lose a team fight. They get a Pyro. We lose a team fight. We get a Gold Fury. My team doesn't know how to retreat and just like kind of backpedals away from the enemy, and they end up killing us. We lose a Fire Giant. This game's going downhill fast. I jump into the call with these guys. I'm like, I'm in the middle of this game. It's taking for fucking ever. We'll see what happens. They're gracious enough to let me finish the game. We are at 0 Phoenixes. They have taken all 3 of our Phoenixes. They dove our Titan. We pick them off, deicide them. Run up mid, take their mid T2 tower that they still had, take their solo lane T2 tower, which they still had, and they start respawning. We're like, oh shit, we gotta back, clear fire minions, try and get our Phoenixes back up. Alright, we clear fire minions, our Phoenixes come back up, they get fire again. I'm trying to clear a few more waves in mid. I'm like just outside the Phoenix, and they all show up from over the speed buff, and I get picked. I'm like, fuck, this is game. They decide, instead of just pushing down mid, taking the Phoenix and killing the Titan, that they're going to take all 3 Phoenixes again. If you're at that point, just fucking end the game. So they take all 3 Phoenixes. They're low, but they pressure the Titan anyway. We again deicide. Our Poseidon hits a really good Kraken. He got like a double kill, and then our Hachi got a double. And we're still all 5 up. And I'm like, oh shit, we can win this game. This is our Poseidon's thinking the same thing. He's running down mid. I'm right behind him. I tank mid tower, or I take mid Phoenix. The Hachiman shows up. The Naja shows up. We take mid Phoenix, and they just they had like 2 more seconds on a respawn. And the Poseidon said, ultimate is ready. And I was like, all right, fuck it. We're just doing this. So we charge their Titan. They start slowly respawning. I put my Kabrakan wall up, and he Krakens the Titan, and we end up winning the fucking game.
Hell yeah, bud.
That game was terrible. I hate games like that because they couldn't end, but we couldn't win. And that's the game right now. I've had a couple other games here and there that have been fun. I'm really enjoying Chronos. I don't know why. I love Chronos. I've been trying a bunch of different builds. If you have a build concept that you like on Chronos, shoot it in the Discord. I'll try it out. I like the Bancroft's double rings into Obshard. And then like a late game Tahuti or
Boombas.
I'm trying to avoid the Boombas mask. He is already so speedy that you don't really need it. But yeah, no, I've been trying a bunch of different builds, so if you have a build idea, let me know. I haven't tried the Warlock staff build yet. Because the first section of his 2 heals on max health. So if you stack health, then he heals a lot off of that. I haven't tried it yet though. So, but yeah, that's been my games pretty much. I've been playing some ranked, since the new split started. I'm like 4-4, I think. Win 1, lose 2, win 2, lose 1, you know. I haven't gotten on a losing streak yet, and I haven't gotten on a win streak yet, so We'll see how it goes.
Well,
Depp.
hell yeah, brother. Depp's been gaming. Depp's been playing some Conquest. Depp grouped up with Mad Accountant the other night. And,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. First game in, someone on our team was late connecting to the game, so there was about a minute as me as support where I didn't have anybody laning with me. So
That's the worst feeling at support too.
yeah, we got 13 minutes in and we were like, we're not gonna make it through this one. Just that, and I was playing Kumba, so like we were already like way behind.
Yeah,
because Kumba doesn't have clear early game.
he can be annoying as fuck, but his clear is not the top.
Yeah, it's not there. So next 2 games I get the solo role, and I take Cerberus into it. First game, I'm doing pretty well. Enemy team ended up surrendering because the rest of our team bodied them. Mad Accountant doing Osiris Jungle, going 6-0. So
Damn.
it was probably also them having 3 assassins on their team.
Oh.
Susano, Pele, Loki. So
What roles were they in?
Susano was solo, I think. I don't know who the jungler was. I think it might have been Pele, but I think it was a Loki ADC.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
tell you guys about the
so Pele
Thanatos
was
ADC
jungle.
I had.
Ooh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Hold on. Let me finish it up. And then the next game, I fed a little bit, but I held them in check for a reasonable amount of time. So I was matched up in solo against King Arthur, which first off feels bad. And then
He got nerfed.
I mean, you still build Glad Shield with him.
Yeah,
And it
I know.
fucking sucks to lane against him, alright?
Yeah, I know.
So don't give me that shit. They nerfed him. Bullshit. And then their Pele jungle was actually ganking my lane, which sucked. Which I also found out King Arthur is knock-up immune while he's doing his little tornado bullshit, so my ultimate completely fucking useless.
Yeah,
Feels
he's
bad.
knock-up immune.
Yeah. So
His kit's a little bloated, guys. It's just a
Yeah.
little bloated.
So, feels bad when you don't have counterplay. Although I was able to keep him relatively anti-heal-ish. So, ended up picking up Divine. Had Oni Hunters, Breastplate, standard solo stuff. So that's good. But I've been win some, lose some. I had a 4 streak of wins. And then I had a 3 streak of losses, and then I pick up a win. Doing mode of the days. Did a joust the other day. Ooh, Blaster Kabrakin's been a thing that's happening. I'm trolling. Feels bad. I've been dying a lot with him, but I've been having fun. So
I mean,
that makes up
that's
for
what
it.
matters, though, is having the fun.
Yeah. Oh, we had a monster assault game that just fell apart at the end. So I was Terra, and I hadn't died for like the first 14 minutes of the match. I died, went back, got items, and like the rest of my team dies, and I'm like, oh shit. So there's 3 of us up. We're defending tier 2. We go down, and then they just win it, and it's like, well, okay then. Like I was 2-2-24. So, feels bad. I had a lot of healing. Ugh.
Games like that
Other
are
than
rough.
Yeah, I mean, like, it feels bad when you're doing great, and then you just get suddenly shit on. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, alright then.
The meta right now can be a little rough if you are past 30 minutes and you lose a team fight. You can pretty much
It
just
wasn't.
lose the game.
We're at 17 minutes. Like,
Oh
they
my
just
God.
load through
Whoa.
us that fast.
Oh.
Nev, I think you were in that game.
Wait a minute. What?
You heard me.
I'm looking at my history right now. I think I only played...
Yeah, you were Circuit, Nev. You blacked
No.
it out.
What?
Yep.
No?
Yep.
No,
17 minutes.
that wasn't me.
That was Assault
That...
on 5:30.
Oh,
a
damn
17-minute game.
No?
Yes.
Assault?
Assault.
Oh, then yes. Yes, that was me.
Yes.
I, for some reason, thought you were talking about Joust. I was like, first off, I've been maining Nox in Joust these days.
You were. You were. Which we pulled out a win in that joust, so hell yeah. Even though I was feeding, we had Beerin carrying us 12-3 Chernobog. Watch out.
All right, Depp. You know, it's I could be wrong, but isn't it supposed to be Byron?
It's Byron.
I
Okay.
couldn't tell you. I just read it. I read what it says.
Yeah, it says
Read
Byron.
what
I
it
read.
says.
I read what it says.
It says Byron.
I don't know what makes that a hard I.
Because it's
Y's not a
B-I-R-Y-N.
It's BIRYNN.
And then, sorry, there we go.
And there's no dash, so.
Well, I meant the dash was kind of like where you're supposed to enunciate differently.
Well, you know what? I don't have the damn phonetic juxtaposition of the damn name in front of me, alright?
Welcome,
what I can.
challengers, to
Welcome,
Battleground of the
challengers.
Gods.
A grammar
A reading
podcast.
podcast.
Today we talk about pronunciations.
I was gonna say 5 underrated assault items.
Are we gonna have spelling lessons with Willow?
No.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Willow
shit.
can't spell. I
Shots
literally
fired.
I
Shots
literally
fired.
tweeted today, and the person I tweeted at liked the tweet, and I got the notification on my phone, and I looked at the tweet, and I said, "What the fuck did I type?" I wanted to say "stop by and bring me," but I put "so by and bring me." I don't know how I typed "so" when I was typing "stop." I don't know how my phone did it.
You
But I
missed the
typed
T
the
and the
word
P, that's how.
So I felt really stupid because the person I tweeted at was aggro, and I was just like, God damn it, I look like a fucking idiot. He's never gonna come on this podcast.
Feels bad, man.
He's from Pittsburgh. He's from Pennsylvania too, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a gas station convenience store called Sheetz, and both of us love Sheetz food. And I was memeing and saying he should bring me Sheetz food, but apparently I can't fucking type. So no spelling lessons with Willow.
Copy that.
So by and bring me some fries and with cheese sauce and a chicken
So
tender
bye.
wrap.
So bad.
I miss you, Sheets.
So bye.
Guys, it's official. Willow is bi for sheets.
I didn't type it B-I, it was B-Y. I wasn't that bad.
Ah. This is an audio podcast. We don't spell here.
Throwing this out there, aggro, you're not a hat and sunglasses kind of guy. Just saying, bud. Sorry.
Oh, feels bad. Talking about a man like that.
Dude, the picture doesn't do the man justice.
Then just say that. Don't come at him.
Well, it's because the hat and the sunglasses.
Ah. You know when I wear a hat and sunglasses? When I'm talking about the top 5 underrated assault items.
Or when you're camping.
Yeah,
Call back.
more hiking, but yeah. Top 5 underrated assault items. Let's go. Fro, I feel like this is some of your shenanigans. You should lead us into war.
Why me? Willow's the one who said we're doing items this week.
Okay, Mr. Ranked.
You picked assault.
Ranked Assault. Mr.
Well, we
Ranked
needed a
Assault
topic,
Man.
and someone had to do the show notes, and I default to assault a lot of times.
I was just wanted to talk about underrated items in general. You're like, let's do assault, and I was like, okay, I don't know
No,
shit
no,
about assault
no.
anymore.
That's our community corner.
You
Willow.
said top 5 last week on the episode.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say top 5 assault or underrated items, not underrated assault.
Loved it.
We heard it. All right, so as Willow's request, we're doing top 5 assault items.
Well, I'll just shut the fuck up over here.
No, please keep digging this hole. I don't have a shovel.
Yes, it's great.
All right. So, top 5 underrated assault items. In assault, there's a lot of items that get overlooked because people kind of just default to the same ones over and over again. So
Yeah.
I would like to start off by saying Pythagorean's Piece.
Oh, that was my number 1.
That is, well, we're not really doing an order, but that's definitely my number 1.
Hell yeah, brother.
Pythagorean's Piece. It gives you power and lifesteal. It gives your allies power and lifesteal. You get cooldown, a little bit of mana and health. I could be wrong about the mana. But super, super fucking good. Assaults are in Assault, auras are king. Because everybody's affected by your aura almost constantly. So your mages are getting that extra 35 or 30 power. Your physical people are getting the extra 20 power. The added lifesteal is just crazy. If you have an AMC who starts off with like a Bloodforge or a Soul Eater, and you give them even more lifesteal and power to go with that, they're going to love it. You might not pop off crazy good, but I guarantee it, your team is going to.
It does not have mana. 40 power, 200 health, 12%
It has health,
magical
yeah.
lifesteal, and 10% cooldown. But it gives the allied gods within 70 units have their magical lifesteal increased by 12% and their magical power increased by 30, or their physical lifesteal increased by 10% and their physical power increased by 20. So it's really good as a team item. I personally prefer it on a late game Guardian, like as like a 5th or 6th item in Assault. But it's also really good on a supporty mage like a Baron or a Hell or Chang'e. All those supporty mages that are really looking to help their team as well as do their job.
Yeet.
Buy
So-
this item in Assault. Auras are broken.
So who's got another underrated item for us?
I got one.
Let's hear it.
All right, let's hear it.
I think Guardian's Blessing is underrated in Assault. It is purchased on Guardians and the occasional Warrior, but I think it's very good in general on late game carries because it's really good to build passive gold. Once it's stacked, you just build passive gold. You die once and have more gold than you would have as a like let's say Kali. Kali's not doing much from the first 10 minutes of a game, so you might as well build Guardian's Blessing and get some passive healing or passive. Well, it also has passive healing, but get some passive gold per 5 and be able to buy your items and get online faster.
Yeah.
And if you need, let me reword the passive a little bit here, especially for Assault, right? Mages or Guardian's Blessing evolves and increases your mana gain per 5 by 25%.
Yep.
Yes, it's only one. It is only 1 extra gold per 5 seconds, or 1 extra gold per second. But you only get 4 gold per second in Assault. You literally are getting 25% more passive gold.
Yep.
Doesn't
You're
seem
getting
like much.
5 gold
But
per
if this
second.
evolves at 3 to 5 minutes, I forget the mark. I think it's closer to the 5-minute mark. And you
It's
go and
50
play
stacks.
50 stacks. It's roughly around the 4 to 5 minute mark.
Yeah.
When it evolves.
It's between 3 and 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on
I
the
just
minions.
don't. Yep. For the next 15 minutes, we'll say 10. 10 minutes, right? You get an extra gold per second. That's literally, you're going to get 600 gold back. You only paid 7 for the fucking blessing.
And not only that, you're getting healing from your team killing your minions. You know what I mean? Like, you get health and mana back from your team killing your minions. So you go in, you get low, you back off, you let your team clear the minions, and you build some health again. It's a fantastic item. It is very focused around a support in Conquest, but it's undervalued in situations like that because of the way the passive works. You can literally dive, get low, and leave. And then just stand next to your team while they clear minions. As long as you're in assist range, you're getting free health and mana.
I got another one for us.
Oh, go ahead.
Ooh.
Hit me with it.
Soul Eater.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was literally gonna
the green
say,
burrito. Let's go.
I was gonna say we talked about it.
So Nev,
And
why don't you go ahead and lead the charge on why this is so underrated
no.
then? No, you
No.
volunteered. You just, Nev,
No,
you just fucking volunteered. Now go ahead and tell us why this is underrated.
Nope, you got this.
All right, so Soul Eater. It's passive, stacks on, or it stacks on your minions dying and their minions dying. It's going to fucking stack.
And gods.
And
any gods that die except for you, and any minion that die except for, well, you can't die as a minion. So any minions on the map, any god on the map except for you, if they die, you get stacks. It's 5 per god, 1 per minion. I know it's a lot of stacks, but it goes by
faster than fucking everything.
Yeah. You get 12 every 30 seconds in whatever you kill.
The passive range is larger than Ganesh's assist area.
I am not surprised.
Because it says within 80 units. I think Ganesh is 70 or 75 for his assist range. So,
and 80 units is like half of the assault lane.
Fucking far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could stand at the back of the minions and probably be close to getting the other archers in, like the enemy archers in your range. If I
easily
figuring out ranges right.
Doesn't the ruler go out to 70?
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Ruler goes to 70. So it's a little bit past
literally
the ruler.
past your maximum range on your ruler. It's just a really good item. It helps you stay. It helps you box. You hit a lot of people with your abilities a lot of times because they're grouped up. It's just really good.
The fact that it's the only physical item that heals off of abilities, as like a Neath or a Chiron or an AMC, you can get health off of that. It also has 300 mana, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to look it up right this second, but it has a
200.
200 mana. It has
200 mana. It evolves. It has 60 physical power.
Yep.
It's got a base 10% lifesteal on it when you buy it, and then another 15% for the abilities when it evolves. And it's got 10% cooldown.
It's a fantastic item in Assault. If you are not a straight auto attack hunter, it's a good option. You can build it alongside something like Aussie that has a little bit of pen and a little bit of lifesteal itself. It's definitely not going to hit as hard as a Bloodforge, but if you're an ability hunter, you need the health off of ability damage and you need the mana to sustain. So, and is it 2400 or is it 2300?
It's 2300 because you can
afford
buy
a blessing.
Starter item with this.
So you can get something like Mage's Blessing.
A Mage's Blessing,
MP5.
and that will turn around and give you, if you're physical, the 10 extra power. So now you're up to 70, just 10 below the Bloodforge.
Yep.
and the 30 extra damage on your abilities, which will most likely compensate for the 10 power on the Blood Forge, at least through your abilities.
Yep.
And cooldown. When you
And-
do that start, you have the
and the
cooldown.
cooldown.
And
Yeah,
20%
that's a-
cooldown. 20%.
Yeah, 20%
not 10.
on ability-based ADC when you can't really get much beyond that in the first place because you can't build trans in Assault. So you're
Yep.
kind of left with Soul Eater and Mage's Blessing being your only actual cooldown you're probably going to pick up. You
And
might
Jotuns
get a
is hard to
Jotuns.
build on a hunter.
Yeah, you might get a Jotuns. But like Willa just said,
But-
it's hard to build on a hunter.
Because there's
So-
things like Crusher and Brawlers, which is those are both great pen items. You need a little bit of attack speed, like an oboe. So like getting a Jotuns into that build is really hard, but getting 20% cooldown is
Crusher's
great.
got the attack speed, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yep,
That's
attack
why
speed,
Crusher's
power,
so
pen,
good.
and the passive, yeah. Crusher, if you're playing any sort of ability-based hunter, Crusher is a must.
Yep.
Like, it literally is core. You have to kind of build it, otherwise you're just not doing nearly as much as you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so
No.
we've
I
covered...
remember when they made the item come out in Assault and like people were still sleeping on it, myself included. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I wasn't. I was ready for that.
Now, I'm not sure if this one would be more of an honorable mention or if it makes it into the top 5, but Blackthorn Hammer.
Honorable mention. Definitely not overrated or underrated.
I think
People
if
are
it
buying
was,
that left and right now.
I think if it was last season before its buff, it would definitely be in the top 5 underrated because of the health. But since
Well,
season
the health,
6, it's
it
like
gives you mana, it gives you power, it gives you passive, and you
Yeah.
can get a starter with it. So
But since season 6 has come, it's just been a
It's
really
meta.
popular item now. Yeah, it's pretty much meta on warriors and assassins.
So I'd like to chime in with another one for our beefy boys.
ooh,
Talisman of Energy.
Yep.
Heavily, heavily slept upon. It gives an actual ridiculous amount of health and protections. Like,
Yes.
I was looking at it the other day and I was like, wow, I think it gives 70. It could be 60.
I think it's 70 as well, and I think it's 150 health.
300 health.
Oh, is it 300 health? Oh my gosh. it's
Yeah,
more
I'm
than
pretty
I
sure it's
remember.
fucking-
300
Look it up. I'm
health,
pretty sure
60
it's-
protections.
Yeah,
60,
that is
okay.
fucking fat amount of health on a magical defense item. I think that might be the highest amount of health on any magical defense item. Not to mention the passive. You're going to be clearing minions. Sieging in Assault is kind of a bit of a problem. That's why they added the orbs, right? Because it's hard. It's hard to siege. It's real easy to defend. This way, they clear your minions. Fuck it. We can still go in and dive. We're moving faster. We're swinging faster. You combine it with a frenzy. You're taking the Phoenix. You don't give a fuck. Like, it's really, really good. If you have anybody on your team who can benefit from AAs, or at least, a little bit more attack speed in general, they love this item.
Or even maybe if they need movement speed or mana regen.
Yeah, movement speed. Like, I'll buy this on my Erlong Shen if I get Erlong in Assault. It's really good on Erlong. He hates being slowed, and he loves attack speed. Combine the two into one fucking item that will give you attack speed and make you go faster, which will help counter the slow. It doesn't counter slows, but it helps. Real good.
And I think a lot of people don't understand the gravity of the passive. So getting a kill or assisting on enemies is what builds you and your allies stacks. Now this is within 70 units. So Ganesh is, the ruler. Full length of the ruler around you. You can get up to 6 stacks. Now you get, for each stack, 2 movement speed, 2% attack speed, and 10 MP5.
Oh, the MP5. I forgot about that. Which is also very helpful in Assault if you're running low on mana or got mana-hungry allies.
And that's per stack. So you get 6 stacks, and you've got 60 MP5 that lasts for 8 seconds. So you're getting good.
You're getting like
Chunk
90
of mana
MP5.
back.
90-ish. 90 mana back. There we go, total. Over the
Yeah.
course of its passive. Yeah, I think
Which,
it's really good.
if you pick up another stack before it falls off, that extends the 8 seconds. Like, obviously, you're not hitting every single minion down in an instant. You're not insta-clearing the wave early on when this would be incredibly, incredibly useful to your team.
All right. So what
I've been
is
sleeping on that.
the last item under our underrated assault items?
I think we have a couple honorable mentions that I want to talk about first.
Well, can
And
we
then
hit
I
them
have
up
one-
afterwards?
You don't want to do it before we reveal the last one?
Oh, okay. All right.
It doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Suspense is winning. You're right.
I mean, I've got a couple honorable mentions.
All right, there's one item that I think is extremely underrated in general, but I think it's even more underrated in Assault because of the way Assault plays, and it's Mail of Renewal.
Ooh.
Yep.
Mail of Renewal is a health item in the health tree that gives you a passive heal on assists, kills, and structure kills.
I do believe it's 10%, by the way.
15.
15.
Yeah,
15.
I was pretty sure it was
15%. 15% of your maximum health and mana over the next 5 seconds.
When you get a kill or assist or an enemy god on an enemy god or objective.
Yep.
It has 400 base health on the item. It has 10 HP 5. It has 10% cooldown, which is really hard to get on a tanky character in this game mode. And then it has the 15% maximum health and mana return on kills, assists, and objectives. That's crazy.
And it costs $22.50.
Yep.
So that means you can pick up your starter item.
I would have to disagree with buying this first.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy this first. You need the protections first. This is a really good third, fourth, fifth item, in my opinion.
But people buy Blackthorn Hammer and people buy Gaia first item, so I guess it could be argued that this could be first. I personally wouldn't like it, just because I feel like its passive benefits a lot more from you being able to already fight and get yourself in some pretty sticky situations and use the passive to get yourself out after you pick up a kill or two.
Yep,
You have to have good burst damage and be able to secure a kill or assist.
Yeah, honestly, Mo, you got to be able to set up your team. You got to be able to get in there and get out, which is why I think maybe fourth or fifth. But I'd personally want boots, and I'd want a defense item of them each. If we're talking about a standard 3-2 magical physical split, physical magical.
I agree 100% with that. Now, if there's like, let's say it's a full 5 magical comp, then maybe you go blessing, magic defense item, boots, and then this fourth or third after boots. That's viable, but I would, even at that, would rather have 2 magical defense items.
So, Depp, do you have an honorable mention?
Emperor's Armor.
Very solid. I don't really think this
Helps
one
you
needs
siege.
I don't think this one needs a hell of a lot of explaining, because it's just kind of physical protections and health, and it's all about that passive. You
Yep.
can defend a little better because you have the Phoenix or Titan helping you a little bit. Actually, I don't think it affects Titans. Your Phoenix and
It
your
doesn't
towers
affect
helping you a little bit more.
Titans,
And you can attack better because you're slowing theirs. It actually
yeah.
is pretty slept upon. I rarely see it, which is surprising, but
You know, when I was thinking about items for underrated items in general, this was on my top 5 for sure. And then I was watching SPL on Thursday and Friday, and like 3 different supports bought this like fourth. They do boots, gauntlet, this was a Mealy's build. He was playing Fafnir with a double Hunter comp. So he was going Boots, Gauntlet of Thebes, Shogun's Kusari, Emperor's Armor. That is a build meant to siege phoenixes. Like, I'm going to siege your towers, I'm going to siege your phoenixes. They were running Soul Jingwei, so...
Alright. Makes sense.
Yeah. But in Assault, this is also
Nevea?
a really good item.
Nevea 03, do you have a underrated Assault honorable mention?
I honestly think most of them have already been said. I am very bad about being in the meta of what things you're supposed to properly build, and
But this
I
ain't
don't really
about
get
the
very
meta. This is
creative.
underrated.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't really get very creative. I think really I do enjoy building shield regrowth whenever I can.
Oh, shield regrowth is really fun.
So I guess that would be my honorable mention.
A very niche
I
item.
just-
Only the healers can grab it up and make full use of it, but it is... I rarely see that in Assault as well.
I just love building it and just zooming
Gotta
down
go
the assault
fast.
map.
Mine, I kind of got 1.5 here. Now, I say 1.5 because T2 Opshard, T2 Titan's Bane. 1500, 15% penetration. It's just really good. It's good. You can I've done it before. You could pick up your T2 third item, not even finish the item if they're not super tanky, but tanky enough, and then just move on to the next and finish it later. Always possible. Maybe not necessarily always the best, but done it. But my actual one would have to be Mystical Male. I've brought this up a few times. I
knew you were
fucking
gonna
love
say this.
Mystical Male. It's a lot of defense. It's a lot of health. And that passive in Assault, they can't go back and heal that 40 damage per second. They can only tolerate you being in their face for so long. The reason I would kind of leave this honorable mention is because they're very limited on who can make good use of it. A lot of people can use it. Good use. Kind of a warrior thing.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
Willow.
I'll wrap us up. I have 2 honorable mentions, but they're basically the same thing. We talked about at the beginning how aura items are super OP. And I do see these built more on the magic side than on the physical side, but I want to bring them up as a combined. Both Void Shield and Void Stone are really good items, especially against a comp that is heavy on one side. Like if you're a warrior playing against a physical heavy comp, Void Shield is really good. If you're a guardian playing against a magic heavy comp, Void Stone is really good. They're just they both do very similar things. They're a little bit different. One's for physical gods only, one's for magical gods only. But I think I don't want to say that they're super undervalued. That's why in my opinion, they weren't in our top 5. But I think they're underestimated. Like they do more than people know that they do. You know what I mean?
Especially that Void Stone. You don't have many base magical protections, and you don't get them that fast.
Yeah.
Nope. So what's our 5th item?
It was mystical or Mail of Renewal. We
Was it
already did
Mail of
ours.
Renewal? I thought we were doing the... Okay.
What?
Well, no, I missed it. I
He
thought we
missed
were
it.
doing our honorable mentions. I
Mail of
didn't
Renewal.
know that was the...
Soul Eater.
Yep.
Guardian's Blessing.
Pythags.
Pythags. What was
Yep.
our 5th? I'm pretty sure we didn't have a 5th there, Willow.
That's what
Melvin
I'm
Renewal was
saying.
before that.
Fucking coming at me.
No, it was Talisman Energy.
Talisman Energy. Yep. You're right. You're
okay.
right.
We did all 5 and then we did our honorable mentions.
You're right.
We had some pretty good honorable mentions, though.
Yeah,
I can
they are
understand
very
the
good.
confusion.
Yeah.
And I
All
definitely
right,
have to agree.
boys.
The Void Stone and Void Shield, they're not heavily underrated, just definitely underappreciated. Yeah, that was some good wording. I'm going to steal it. I liked it.
Yeah. That's why. Like,
All right, moving on. That
Moving
voice.
on. Let's
Moving
go,
on.
everybody. Battleground University. Aphrodite.
Oh, hey, Willow.
Don't play this god.
It's Aphrodite.
How to play
All right.
Afro. Don't.
We're doing
She
Aphrodite
got buffed.
for
People are gonna play her.
for 3 reasons, right? Reason number 1, Afro is bae. Reason number 2, she got buffed. Reason number 3, Famous isn't here.
I thought your reason number 3 was gonna be because Willow hates her.
No.
That could be comboed, maybe.
yeah, a little bit of both.
We can combine if
But-
Famous isn't here and Willow is here.
Let's take a closer look here at Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty. Her passive.
Yeah, right.
center
She's the
of-
goddess of getting dick.
No, she's the goddess of big titties and fat asses.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It was different
So-
phrasing, but yeah.
Fewer
Her-
words, but same thing.
Right. Her passive, center of attention. It's a self buff. Aphrodite gains 4 physical and 4 magical protections for each friendly or enemy god within 70 feet of her. I'm not sure if it's 70 feet or units. They're using weird lingo on me here.
I think it's units, but somebody put feet.
Yep.
Really? Go. I'm going to have to write that down. Send that to the fucking Titan Forge. I'll
Is
send it
that
to
in
Flare
game?
Boot. That dude loves ripping apart.
I'm using the in-game gods.
Oh god, that's
abilities
in game.
thing.
It says feet.
It says feet.
I'm
Where
gonna
my
let
units
Flare
at?
Boot know. He
Wait, are we
loves
talking about
ripping that shit
Scotty?
apart. No. Wrong feet.
Oh, okay. All right. Just wanted clarification on that one.
Yep.
I feel confused.
So
After
I feel
Odin and all the Asgardians killed Scotty's dad,
Oh.
she came all pissed off, blah, blah, blah. She had to find a husband by looking at his feet.
hey,
Oh, yeah,
hey,
yeah. I
save
got
it, save it for drunk lore.
No, we've already covered that before.
We
It's
did
not
that
drunk
one.
lore.
Oh.
I think
That
I
was like
drunk.
the start of drunk lore. Fro just went on a rant one day about Scotty checking out feet.
Okay. All
Loki
right, so
tied his
pretty-
balls to a goat. Just throwing that out there. Let's go.
All right.
Continue.
Wow.
Continue. There's
Enough.
not much more to that story. That's it.
It's a powerful passive. You get free protections for being near people. Fucking be near people all the damn time. That's what she's made for.
I thought you were saying.
Loki
Loki
tying
tying
his
his balls to a goat.
It's a
It's a
powerful
powerful
passive.
passive.
You don't get close
Oh,
to those
Jesus.
things.
Stay away from Loki balls. He will tie them to you.
Aphrodite's first ability.
Behind you.
No. No. It's Kiss. Everyone knows this. It's a projectile line ability. It affects gods, enemy, or ally. Aphrodite blows a kiss to an allied god, making them her soulmate and giving them both increased movement speed. If it hits an ally, it has reduced 1 second cooldown. If the kiss hits an enemy god, they are stunned, and Aphrodite's soulmate gets jealous, increasing their damage. Also, 70% of all mana regenerated by Aphrodite is restored to her soulmate. So the movement speed ranks up, goes from 8 to 20% to her soulmate. The stun is a 1 second stun, does not rank up. Now the jealousy damage, if you're linked and you stun an enemy, it increases from 8 to 20%. It matches the movement speed,
Yep.
which is powerful. Yes.
It's just flat 20% now, isn't it?
They haven't changed it in the game. If that is the case.
Was that what the change was? I thought the change was only on birds.
I'm pretty sure they upped the kiss damage movement speed too.
No, you're right. They did. I just don't remember what it was. Maybe they didn't update the tooltip.
Okay, anyways, moving on.
So it may be higher than I'm saying it is now.
So,
Watch
yes. Yes.
And the jealousy duration is 5 seconds. So you get a 20% damage increase for 5 seconds.
You
It's-
and
It's almost
your
like
ally
they...
you're linked to.
Yes, it's almost like a free Rangda's Mask. Isn't that 20% damage increase or something like that?
And what's really
Whatever.
powerful about it is, this is attached to your stun. Your damage bonus is attached to a fucking stun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying. Don't get stunned by Afro.
And it costs 50 gold at rank 1, 70 at max rank, scales in between there, and it goes from 16 down to 12 seconds for the cooldown, but also it's only 1 second if you hit an ally, so you could link, second later, stun the enemy, hit him with it,
It hurts.
they're dead. Yeah. Any questions?
No, because Afro has a lot of little interactions between her full kit, so we should just pump right through all of them.
Fuck yeah. Second ability, back off. It's a point blank ability, affects the enemy. It's a radius 20, agitated by all the attention. Aphrodite commands enemies to get away from her, doing damage around her and slowing them by 25% for 2 seconds and knocking them back to 25 units from her. If Aphrodite has a soulmate, an explosion originates on them, in addition, dealing the same damage as well as slowing enemies. If an enemy would be hit by both blasts, they will only be affected by the one originating from Aphrodite. The damage is 80, scaling up to 320 at base, plus 80% of your magical power. It is a 25% slow. It costs 70, scaling up to 90 mana, and it has a 12-second cooldown.
Don't get hit by this. Moving on.
Okay, so no, I did say the correct...
No, you did. Nev just posted in our Discord. It was the correct...
And I said the movement speed is 8, scaling up to 20%.
You're right. I thought it was... I'm sorry. I thought they changed it to a flat 20 at all ranks. My bad.
Nope.
That would be absurd.
That would be dummy thick.
Yeah, that would be stupid. That's why I was like, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Alrighty.
I haven't played her since her buff. So...
Moving
I
on.
have, and it feels nice.
I haven't.
Ugh.
I had to work at 12 this week, and then I'm on my 10-hour shifts. So... And I went to Sprint, and they broke my fucking phone on Tuesday, so I've been pretty busy this week. Oh, yeah, and my
How
car's caliper broke and locked up and forced my brake pad up against my rotor and completely annihilated my rotor and my brake pad. So now I need new calipers, rotors, and brake pads. Pro's been busy.
Sounds like
Feels
fun.
bad, man. I had a big car bill recently, too. That sucks.
Mine's not a huge bill because I'm doing it all myself, but I also don't enjoy working on things. But I'm going to save $300 doing it myself.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Lovebirds.
Aphrodite's third ability, Lovebirds. It's a line ability. It affects enemies and allies. Does magical damage. Aphrodite calls forth a flock of beautiful doves that fly forward in the area in front of her. The doves circle around all enemies in the path, damaging enemies every half second for 3 seconds. Aphrodite and her soulmate also receive healing when cast. The damage is 15, scaling up to 55, plus 15% of your magical power. And the heal is 10, scaling up to 38, plus 12.5% of your magical power. This costs 70, then scaling up to 90 mana, and is on a flat 12-second cooldown.
This is the big buff that everybody was looking for. It was 16 cooldown scaling to 15, which made her early game stupid
No,
weak.
it was
16 scaling to 12.
down to 12. Now
Yeah.
she just gets the 12.
Now it's just flat 12. This will make her early game a lot better, but she's still a late game mage because her job is to heal and just be obnoxious.
Well, she likes to team fight, right?
Yep. She likes to link to a hyper carry, which is what she was doing before. This will just make her early game super easy to get through now. Which sucks.
And then we've got her ultimate, Undying Love. It affects her and her soulmate. Aphrodite pledges undying love to herself and her soulmate while this is active. Her and her soulmate are invulnerable to all damage for a short duration. All crowd control effects are also removed when activated. The invulnerability is 0.8 seconds, scaling up to 2 seconds. It costs 100 mana, and the cooldown is 90 seconds, scaling down to 70 seconds at max rank.
All right.
So, Fro,
Am I
you
free
were
now?
mentioning some... Yep, you're referee now.
All right.
I don't have
so,
anything to say.
Simple
Afro's
combo
the
with
worst guy in the
Aphrodite.
game.
Simple combo with Aphrodite. You're going to want to kiss them, birds them, to them. That's literally her burst combo. That's all she's got. Not much else there. But the kiss. First off, the kiss is an auto lock. When you fire the ability, if it's already locked onto someone, it will hit them. Like, you can literally fire it and turn your camera, the kiss will hit. It's an auto lock as long as you're locked on. The kiss goes through walls. It doesn't mention this, but the kiss will actually go through walls. So you can literally stun someone through a Ymir wall, Ganesh wall, blah, 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 all that other shit. On her ultimate, you can kiss one person, activate your ultimate, kiss another person, and the duration that, or the remainder of the duration of your ultimate will apply to the new person kissed. So you can actually, if you're quick enough, cleanse 2 people with their kiss, or with your ult.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes. Now, the first person will lose all their immunity and all that, but the second person will get it. But if you just need it for whatever reason, it's very situational to ever actually need that. But if your whole team, like a lot of times I've used it before in a Hunbots, for instance, he'll drop an ult. You can ult to get yourself out, quickly turn, throw the kiss on someone else, and give them a quick little second of immunity as well. It's not easy to do, but that could give them potential to, you know, hit their movement ability or do whatever they need to get out. She's pretty straightforward to play. You, as Afro, don't play over aggressive. The person attached to Afro, they get to play over aggressive. We were mentioning earlier games that can make good use out of Pythagram's Piece. Aphrodite is sure fucking one of them. All right. Lifesteal on healers 100% forces your enemies into anti-heal. If an Afro's got a Pythag's Piece or a Bancroft...
Wait. Before you go on. If you're playing against an Afro and you're not buying anti-heal, you're fucking dumb. Buy anti-heal.
Yeah, but people do that all the time.
I know.
People
I'm telling the
literally
people
do it
to
all
buy
the time.
anti-heal.
And I'm telling people that because your enemy's not going to, build some lifesteal. But yeah, Pythag's really good on her. She loves cooldown. You're going to want to hit max cooldown with her. Like 9 times out of 10, it's kind of what you want to do. You want to spam your heal, you want to spam your ult. Plus you want your kiss off cooldown as much as possible. So you can have a stun, and in case you miss it or whatever, so you can get it back up ASAP. I guess let's just move on to some items with her. Boots. Don't buy cooldown boots. It's a trap a lot of people go into. They're like, oh, I want max cooldown. And then they buy cooldown boots, and then you buy your Chronos pendant, and then you're like, well, fuck, I'm at max CDR right now, and then they don't want to buy anything else that's got cooldown because they're maxed out. That's not really the play.
I'm going
If
to
you buy your
counter
pen
this
boots-
argument
Go ahead.
real quickly.
I know it's meta.
No. It has nothing to do with meta. It has everything to do with Book of Thoth being really strong on Afro because it gives you, like, it makes your early game viable and you can make it into the late game where you need a little more cooldown. So cooldown boots are really good because it has mana built into it, which affects your Thoth passive. So if you're building Book of Thoth, mana or cooldown boots are better in general. It'll give you more power. But if you aren't going into Book of Thoth, then don't buy cooldown boots because you already have 10% on Mage's Blessing. If you're going into Chronos Pennant, you get like a Spear of Deso, which I don't recommend. But if you get a Pythagoras piece, that's got 10%. So you're already at 40% without boots. So just be smart about your building.
Yeah. Like, you definitely gotta have a build path already in mind. Like, yes, your situationals and all that, but you kind of gotta already have from the beginning know what you want planned out a little bit.
I just want to throw this in there as items because I know you're going to say this item, but I've seen it built at a high-end level. In the Afro games that I watched this week, both Afro players bought an early Lotus Crown just to get through laning phase against a pretty aggressive jungler. It has great physical protections. It offers a shield on MP5. On heal. It's got good MP5. It's a great first item after boots. If you're getting that item, then you definitely want cooldown boots because you're delaying your cooldown again. Yeah. Just know the items that you want to build.
Okay, I will say that cooldown boots was I forget she's going to be played in mid a lot more. That was a lot more from a solo lane perspective because I think it's level 8 if you got pen boots and your birds. I think it's level 8, might be 9. You can full clear wave at that point. Yep. Whereas if you don't got the pen boots, you got to wait another level or 2. But yes, you are right. In mid, it is a different story.
Yeah. Mid is an interesting case right now because she's getting played there, but she hasn't seen a lot of play there recently. So it's going to be a little while before like a good mana or meta build is kind of in place. And like everybody will always say, there is no real true meta build. If there's utility items that are better in different situations, buy them. And she's a god who is very dependent on what you're playing against.
All right. So other honorable mentions for her, item-wise. Shield of Regrowth. We brought it up earlier.
Zoomy.
If you're going for more of a bruisery solo lane style Afro, it's really fucking good.
And you move like a freaking, I don't even know, gazelle. You freaking fly across the map. Well,
and if you hit that long range stun, you're going up, you're hitting them with your birds, boom, you're moving fast.
Yep.
Actually, the movement speed is just automatically from being linked. The bonus damage depends on hitting the kiss. So if you're linked, you already have that movement speed. You are zooming.
No, I'm talking about the Shield of Regrowth.
Oh, what?
Right?
You don't get the speed boost from the kiss, you get it from the bird's heal.
Yeah.
Right. What you want to do is you want to kiss them, come up on them, make sure you hit the 3.
Okay. All right. I'm
combo.
picking up what you're putting down now. Yep.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I thought you were saying, like, use the 3 because the 3, or use the 1 because the 1 makes you fast. I'm like, yes, but no.
No, you're stunning them with the 1 to ensure you hit the 3.
Yes.
At which point you get the speed boost so you can 2 and zoom out of there.
Yep. So you can hit them with the 2 and leave.
Yep.
Because your kid is down and you're not doing anything else.
And your zoom. Yep.
Another good item on her, Ratatouille. We've brought this up before. Ratatouille, it's passive.
Don't you mean Rod of that booty?
Rod of that booty. That's what's up. The passive applies to allies when you're healing them as well. So if your ally's below 50% health, you will heal them with 25% more power. Her heal scales off power. Self-explanatory. More heal. It actually is even more impactful than a Rod of Asclepius. And I'm quoting that from Wolfie himself, by the way. He said that in his stream. I was hanging out. And, yeah. He agrees that
What if you had both?
What?
JK.
If you had both?
I said, what if you had both? Yeah.
You can definitely have both, but then you're kind of sacrificing in other places.
Yeah. The one thing...
late game ass claps is definitely not wrong if you're, like, replacing your boots with it. Or even earlier in there, but...
If you are the sole healer in your team comp, like, nobody has passive healing whatsoever, Rod of Tahuti would be better because you are passively healing them at a lower rate, or at a faster rate than Rod of Asclepius. But if your team, like if you have a Terra or a Naja or a Soul or whatever else you have on your team, if they have passive healing in some way, shape, or form, the Rod of Asclepius is going to do way more for the team because of its aura effect.
Yep.
Yeet.
That's what we like.
Sounds good.
We talk about different items in different situations. This is the kind of things that we're talking about. Situation items are important to know.
And really, one of the last items, I guess I got two more. E-Staff, very underrated on her. Super underrated. She would love to have your health, and she would love to have your mana, and she would love for you to have less of both. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Not to mention it comes with some crowd control reduction.
And health.
And base health in the first place, yeah.
Yep.
Afro doesn't like people who can sit on top of her, at least not in Smite. And then...
Hey, I
What
see
are you laughing
what you
at?
did
What-
there.
I don't know what you're talking about. So if you can get the extra CC reduction, if you get, stunned or whatever to get yourself out just that much more faster, maybe you didn't have to use your ult because of that. That really helps, and it gives you, like, again, I said the health buffer, because it gives you health and you steal health, so you're harder to kill. And kind of a trolly item, but if you're looking to do damage on Afro, Spear the Magus. It's not.
I don't think it's
not
a trolley item at all.
It's not really that good on her because she can just make use of other items more.
Yeah.
But if you want to do some damage on Afro, you gotta buy Spear of the Magus. Otherwise, you ain't fucking doing damage. That's just how that
Well,
works.
like
if you're
Deb
not,
said-
pick up what is it? Spear of Desolation. You got that 10% cooldown. You've got 100 magical power, which her healing
Heal
scales off of magical
I would take the
power.
Deso 9 times out of 10 unless I want to do some damage.
Right. And the Deso's not getting you as much damage as the Magus, but if someone else on your team has it, then go Deso for sure.
All right, and they're in. You can get the, let's say you're the only one who can effectively apply a Magus. Obviously, you can
Right.
get it for your team if you got two other magicals, but most of the time I would just go with like a Deso or something else. How to kill Afro. That's what we're on to now, right?
Anti-heal.
Divine
Anti-heal.
Ruin.
Idea.
Brawler's Beat
Cursed
Stick.
Donk.
Cursed Onk.
Pestilence.
Upgrade that shit.
Upgrade
Pestilence.
that immediately.
Toxic Blade. Don't buy that.
No, I think Toxic Blade is going to
Toxic
see more
Toxic
play.
Blade 6th item.
Yeah,
6th item.
Toxic Blade's gonna be seen more play because Afro and Chang'e.
Yep.
5th or 6th item.
Anti-heal wins games against healers. It just does. And you gotta get on her early. Her early game is already relatively weak. I know this buff really makes her early game way better because she can sustain more often and clear wave easier. It's so instead of full clearing wave at what was it, level 9 or 10, when you can be able to max your birds, you can now do it earlier because you have cooldown. It's just gonna be like, you have to kill her early. You just have to try and kill her pre level 5. Play aggressive on her because her early clear really is weak. If she's in solo lane, your jungler needs to be over there. If she's in support, your jungler needs to be over there. If she's in mid, your jungler needs to be over there. You have to kill the Afro early. Once she gets to level 12 and has double relics and an ult that's on a relatively decent cooldown, she's just not going to die. Unless you're
By the way,
full
level
team
12, she's
fighting.
probably got at least 20% CDR too.
Yep.
Throwing
Exactly.
that out there.
If she's
Exactly.
in duo lane, she's using her 3 to clear, which means her heals down. She's easy gank level 1.
Yeah.
Technically level 2.
Level 1
I-
ganks are pretty hard to do in duo, but
Yeah.
I just cannot say it enough. Anti-heal is extremely important and you have to kill her early. Because once she gets to late game, her heal is super effective and she's going to keep their hyper carry alive. If they have let's say they have a Kali. A Kali does nothing early game and neither does an Afro. They're just going to play super passive and farm. And once they get to 25 minutes, they're going to kill you on cooldown because the Afro or the Kali can just run at you.
Her ultimate's a free beads and Aegis for 2 seconds.
Yep.
For
beads
her
and Aegis,
and an
not
ally. Beads and Aegis.
Not one or the other, both.
For 2 seconds. So
keeping track of Afro ult is a huge part of being able to counterplay her. You got to know if that ult is down or not. And Afro's one of them gods. Granted, you should assume this with every god. If you don't know whether their ultimate's down or up, assume it's up.
It's up.
It's always the safe way.
If you don't know it's down, it's up.
Oh, yeah.
In Afro's case, you fucking 100% always assume it is up. Unless your ally tells you it's down or you see it go down, it just fucking assume it's up. Because you will get... A lot of people forgot how to play against Afro, and they put themselves, I'm going to tower dive this bitch, and as Fenrir, and ult her, and then she just ults your ult, and now you're under tower, and she stuns you, birds you, and what the fuck you doing now? Like, it is very essential to keep track of the ult.
I actually watched my Ao Kuang jungle dive an Afro at level 7 or something, and as he tried to ult her, she ulted.
She ulted back.
She stunned him under tower and birds, and he died. And I was like,
"Boy, this sounds really familiar." It's like I've done it a time or two.
Oh gosh, I literally saw. I was like, "Yep, you're just dead. Bye."
All right. Now, with all that being said, another key. If you remember back when we first started talking about Afro, I said Afro doesn't get to play super aggressive, however the fuck she wants. Her ally does. Kill the fucking Afro. Don't kill the Susano she's attached to. Don't try to kill the fucking all the other people they're attached to. They probably have movement abilities. They probably have a blink if it's the assassin. Like, they're going to be really, really hard to fucking kill.
And while they're attached,
healing them. Yeah, and
they have
she's buffing their
20%
attack.
movement speed.
Afro
They're moving faster.
is slow. Afro has to use her ult if she gets CC'd or stunned or beads. Like, she can't get away. Like, her back off somewhat works because it applies to slow and knocks you back a little bit. But one moving ability will fucking fill that gap, no problem. Kill the actual Afro, not her ally. That's so much easier. Get the anti-heal on her. Like, that's another thing a lot of people don't do. They will, I applied the anti-heal to the guy that's, the guy she's attached to, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but the guy who's attached to you killed you.
And she's got a shit ton of MP5, and in 30 seconds, it's going to be like you did fucking nothing to either of them.
I as you're talking about this, it just reminded me of the dig set where Heroin played Afro and Trix Tank played Erlang Shen. He literally didn't stop running at enemies. Trix Tank was playing Erlang Shen and literally ran at enemies the entire game. He didn't care what they did. He was just running at them, and Afro was attached to him. He had extra movement speed, extra power. It was crazy. Like, he'd just get out of every situation because he had Afro ult. He'd get a heal all the time because Afro Link. Like, that's what we're talking about. Kill the Afro. Don't kill the person who's running at you.
Yeah, Afro's easy to kill. Her base health is fucking low. Like, she normally, the reason you pick up ISO and E-Staff or Warlocks is because she doesn't have much fucking health. Like, she really doesn't. If you can get on top of her and kill her, like, she can't do fuck all against it. Then you can kill that person that she's attached to, because good chances are they probably put themselves in a bad spot because they were attached to an Afro and their balls felt gigantic. And you just snip them right the fuck off. Think of it that way.
It goes back to it goes back to what you were saying earlier. As the Aphrodite, you don't want to be the one aggressing. You want the person you're linked to be aggressing. So that's a very valid point. You kill the Afro, cut that tie, now you can get the other guy.
Mm-hmm. And I know it is hard, and it does take Afro requires some team coordination to kill.
Yeah.
A lot of times you
Good
just
CC
can't do it by
chain.
yourself.
A good CC chain that burns her beads and then forces her alt and then can still continue to CC her is really the best way to kill her while you're applying anti-heal. You need a guardian who's got a great stun. You need a solo laner who can chase. You need an assassin who's able to dive and do a ton of damage. You gotta be on top of her. You just have to.
And honestly, a lot of this comes down to the warrior and the assassin.
Yeah.
Assassins, she can't outrun you. Warriors, she can't kill you. Those two classes, she fucking hates fighting. Like a hunter, she's probably faster than you. She's going to hit you with the birds and run away, sustain what damage you did to her, take away half your life, and then try to do it again. Like guardians, don't fight an Afro. Just save your time if no one's around. Like, what are you doing? Like, literally, it's just two people butting their fucking heads against each other doing nothing. Mages, same thing as hunters. She's going to damage you, give you her burst, heal back up, run away. Assassins, she can't fucking get away from you. You're too fucking fast, and you do too much goddamn damage too quickly for her to heal. Warriors, she's not going to kill you. Combine the two, and just fucking run at her. She
now,
can't take it.
Cerberus is a good one. Natural.
He's more of a magical warrior, let's be fair.
I guess we're talking about like classes, but it's more role specific. Like if you're the solo laner, you're running at them.
Solo lane.
If you're the support, you need to be attached to your carries to keep them alive from the guy who's attached to the Afro.
Yes. Alrighty. I think that we got the message there. Get on top of Afro in your in-game.
Get on Afro.
That's right.
Get on Afro if you're out of game. End of story is get on Afro, apparently.
Ride her dick and don't let her go. You got this, people.
There you go.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Last week's Hat of Purgatory. Rank down!
Rank down!
How'd this go for those of us who tried it? Because I had ranked us in a couple Cabrakan matches, and that was fun.
Did anybody else do this?
No.
The full blaster?
No.
I usually built Voidstone.
Oh,
just
come
because
on.
it's good.
My week was busy.
It's good.
I would have done it, but my week
magical
was
power
busy.
And it's got protection.
All right, so I was talking about how I've been playing Cabrakan again. Part of that was because that was the god I did this challenge on.
Yeah.
Cabrakan is fun as fuck.
He's so fun.
When you build a whole bunch of damage. I did this in Clash just because I didn't want to do it in Conquest.
Fat Loki.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want to interrupt you, but I just checked the Discord and all I see is a message from Depp that says, Fro, me, you, Afro, Erlong, dual lane.
Oh, Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I just checked that.
Yup.
Of course. All right. So as always, when you're playing a damage guardian, I started out the game really, really well. I had a couple early kills, got my team a couple kills. I don't remember my scoreline to tell you the truth. And then I built Rangda's Mask, and I could tell. Once you buy Rangda's, you are basically a squishy assassin.
Yeah.
It's fun as hell because you can one-shot any hunter pretty much and almost all the mages, but you're immediately dead right after. So I got a couple early kills, and then I was basically trading my life for a different life. I don't remember. I think we won the game. I played a couple of clashes because I was trying a bunch of different gods out. I mastered Set and Horus on top of while I was playing these Clash games. But yeah, it's Fat Loki, man. You build. I don't remember what I built.
Loki.
I built Bancroft's boots, Polly. No, I had a pen item in there. I don't remember what. I think I got Deso. Polly, and then Rang does after Poly. So you proc your 1, and then you hit them with the 1, and you proc a Poly proc, and then you hit the 2, and you proc another Poly. Oh my god, I can't talk saying proc Poly. You proc another Poly proc after your 2, and then you get in your 3, and you just pound on the ground, and if they try and run away, you hit your ult. It's hysterical to watch them just melt.
Willow, you've got it wrong. You activate your 1, you blink.
Oh, okay,
instantly
you're
hit
right.
them with the auto.
You're right, I did blink.
And then you just... and then you smash your ult, and they should be dead because the ult hits like a cannon.
I did that once. I did that once. Who was it? It was a hunter. I don't remember which hunter it was, but I blinked on them. I procced my 1, blinked, hit them, and they tried. I think it was a Neath, and they tried to backflip, and I just ulted, and they were dead.
Yeah.
I was like, bye. And then I died.
Neaths are super fun when they try to backflip you because I'll have my 1 up, and it's like, oh, you think I'm slowed?
Yep,
Run
I'm
after
just gonna keep running at you.
Yeah. The W key is strong with this one.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun.
I think Neath's backflip's fucking weak.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, it's super weak, yeah.
It's just so slow.
I was actually watching a stream the other night, and Rick's playing Uller Jungle.
Oh, yeah.
And he comes in on the duo lane, and he's coming, hits Neath with the axe, does his full combo, Neath backflips, and then runs at Rick. Hits Rick with the spirit arrow and the weave. Rick got wrecked.
Rickety
He
wreck,
was like,
Rick.
wait a minute.
Yup. Oh, I'm like, Rick, that's a Neath main. You gotta get out of there. You can't do that shit.
Did she buy meditation?
I don't fucking no. I don't think so. It's
So-
just like I had tuned into the stream and I saw Rick get wrecked and I started BMing him real
You
bad.
say Neath.
So I don't
think
know.
med.
I don't know the situation, but she backflipped. He should have fucking leapt at her. Like, was his leap up?
Well,
like,
I
fucking
think he
Christ.
used his whole kit, and
He
then
used
she
his whole
backflipped.
kit, yeah.
What the fuck are you building where you can full kit a Neath on Uller and she doesn't die? Either A,
Yeah.
he missed a bunch of abilities and you're being nice and not saying it, or B, he needs to get some more power in that build. Don't start trans, boy.
No, it's jungle. I don't think he had trans was the
Alright.
thing. That's why.
I know a lot of people did do trans right away in the jungle.
Oh.
It's
It was
"Ew."
like 10 minutes.
Third
It is
item.
terrible.
10 minutes.
T1 trans is one of the worst starts in the game as a jungler right now. It just does not have enough power to really clear. You need the heavy hammer or the whatever the sword is. I can't think of what it's called from the katana tree.
Light sword? Light blade.
Light sword. Yeah, it's light sword or light blade or something like that.
Light blade.
You need those are the 2 jungle starts.
Well,
All right.
Well, you're forgetting the
top
blade. You're
of-
forgetting the, was it sevenfold blade? Oh, no, that's the T2.
That's the T2.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the movement speed blade.
Yep.
On top of the old hat ring, damn, I was sick the previous week and didn't do
Oh
the full
yeah.
yeet tweet. I took it into arena, and boy, building that Doom Orb first item, that's a little rough, let me tell you.
You
But,
should have went T2. Did he T2 it and finish it off later?
I think T2 is even too expensive for arena start.
1,600.
Yeah, you only get 15.
Bitch, you only, what, were you going to buy pen boots? Cost 1,600 too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough, Depp. Fair enough. Point
Yeah.
taken.
All right. So how did the yeeting go?
Ugh. The yeet was strong with this one, man, because like it didn't matter that you didn't have a lot of pen, because you were just slapping so many times. I would see like just someone on the enemy team would be trying to like sneak around or do some shit. I'd throw my 1 at them, and even if it wouldn't hit, I'd be lining up my ult wherever they're dodging and just slap them with it, and their health disappears.
Oh yeah.
It's like they were under 30% after every hit of my ult, no matter who they were.
Some yeets were pretty full from the tweet, huh?
The yeets were full from the tweet, but the follow up on my team was not as good.
Sounds like Arena.
Sounds like Arena.
Yeah, because it was just a pickup game. I didn't have any comms open or nothing. It was just randos, and they didn't get the memo, I guess.
All right.
They didn't know you were
eating. I played
They didn't know
Afro.
I was eating.
I played Afro on Wednesday, right? One game in Arena. And it was one of those arena games. It was a true arena game where we're going. I had a Yorm on my team, and I was Afro, and we had a Cucullin. For you, we didn't bring this up with Afro, but Aphrodite's Kiss procs Lotus Crown when she's linked to Cucullin constantly, nonstop.
Oh,
yeah, it's considered a heal. It's how all the coding works. He gets the 24/7
because of the MP5.
Because he's getting MP5, he's getting HP5, so it's considered a heal. That's stupid.
He was fucking
dummy thick
running at them. Yorm was ulting them motherfuckers into their fountain. Arcacullin's going into their fountain, and I'm ulting to get him the fuck out and healing him. Like, it was one of them matches. Oh boy. A true arena game.
I guess if we're talking about arena games, I had to bring this up because I had an arena game last night. I was just waiting for some people to finish their game, and I jumped into arena. And I had an Ares at level 5, solo alt a Baron, who also was level 5. What do you think a Baron does when he gets alted by an Ares? He ults. Oh,
I'm laughing because I checked the Discord. I see a message from Depp. Fro, you, me, Afro Cucullin dual lane.
All right, but for real,
sorry.
This Ares proceeds to ult a Baron by himself, gets Baron ulted in return, and then dies and pings the rest of the team for not helping him. What were we supposed to do? You didn't pull anybody in.
You know what, Willow? I had a match like that earlier where we had a Chiron that was VGS spamming in our assault match, our infinite assault match, where we had 3 Giannis's on our team.
Your ranked infinite assault?
My ranked infinite assault match. Let me tell you, he was being so BM. And at one point, I just type in chat, like, yo, I don't need this kind of negativity in my life. Feel free to mute Chiron. And for all of his grief that he was giving everyone, he had the least player damage in the match. Lower than the Kukul Khan on the enemy team, who only had 10,000.
Wow.
This was a 23-minute match.
As a Chiron, he had less than 20,000 or 10,000.
He had 10,325. The Kukul Khan had 10,575. So
don't BM.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Now, it also didn't help that the enemy team had a Thanatos that really liked the W key and was hitting damn near every single scythe he had, because Homeboy went 25-5.
Ooh.
That's one of those games you just want to be like, all right, we're done. We're out. This guy's just on fire.
He ended with just under 40,000 player damage.
Wow.
He darn near quadrupled the amount of damage that Chiron did. It's like, buddy, we're not the problem here. It's that Thanatos. He's farming us.
So
all right, so what's...
Nev, I've seen you had something to say.
I wanted to give a shout out to Ufel, who also attempted the Hat of Purgatory and said it was a lot of fun. He also went Cabrakan.
Yeah!
Finished positive 10-8 and a 16-minute arena game, so good job, you.
Fell. You fell.
I'm going to go rogue.
Gotta get.
I'm stealing
Go rogue.
Famous's bit. I'm going rogue.
Oh,
I want you
shit.
guys. I want you to either pick a bird or a monkey.
What?
That's how we're deciding what the
Baboon.
next one it is. Bird or
Baboon.
monkey.
Oh.
But you said
Why
baboon.
not both?
Why not both? God damn it, Depp.
Duo lane, Afro, and okay. Don't do it.
All right. We'll save that for later. That's a good one. That's not what I was saying, though. Someone either give me a bird or a monkey. We going with baboon, like Depp said?
Apparently, we're going with baboon.
All right. So we're going to use coffin monkey suggestion this week, then.
Oh shit.
Anything Loki
Oh,
can do,
shit.
Cabra can do better. But we're going to modify it
Yes.
just a little bit.
Oh, buddy.
We're going to modify it because double jungle will get you reported. Let's be honest here. It can happen.
Yeah.
Loki, Cabrak, and dual lane.
Ooh.
Bonus points if you're wearing the fat Loki skin. Just throwing that out there.
Now, hear me out on this.
I'm hearing you
The
out.
Morrigan Jungle. The Morrigan Jungle.
See, at that point, we might as well just take it to a joust map.
Oh god.
Why
do I
don't
have
we?
to be involved in this? Good god.
You can
No.
pick a
don't we-
bracket.
Why don't we do it on the Infinite Assault map
All right,
now?
all right.
After
Just
because
of not Loki, because of Willow's response right there. Willow,
Ugh.
you're Cabrakan. I'm Loki. PlayStation's got it this week.
Come on, I just did last week
Ooh.
and 2 weeks ago.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
I'm always down to play Cabrakan. Let's do this.
All right, Nev, he volunteered
I'm
you.
fucking ready.
Oh, good. So
No,
I'm Loki?
I was saying Fro. Fro, come over
I
to
play
the
on
duo.
PlayStation.
Fuck off.
All right. The PS4
fuck it.
Olympian's
Fuck
too
it.
good for crossplay.
Fuck it. I'll do it.
Deppvea.
First time PS4 has done a hat with Xbox. Let's go.
Oh shit, let's do it.
And you have been saying Fro, me, you, dual lane, insert God. all
You,
all
me,
podcasts.
duo lane. This god and this god. Let's go.
Look, I can't promise a 1v3 like I did on Erlong, all right?
That was just inspired, Fro. You on Erlong. That was something else.
I like my Erlong.
Gosh.
I'm pretty decent Erlong.
I love
You are.
Erlong. He's one of my favorite gods.
Because no shit. I was under a quarter health, and I'm like, Fro, I gotta get out. And I'm retreating.
Fro's
and
response. Okay.
I get past our tier 1, and I'm like, Fro, get out of there. They're converging on you.
Fro's response. I can't get out.
So he killed them.
The enemy team
I
got
got out, guys.
It was one of the ones where it's like, dude, there is no getting out. If I turn and run, they're just gonna kill me with my back turned. I'm gonna just stay and try. My whole goal is I'm just gonna poke one of these guys out, and I end up just killing two of them. So I was like, well, fuck it, poked out, I guess.
And the
ultimate
third was
poke out.
there, and he scared them under tower. That was a wild match. That was wild.
Community corner.
Community corner. Last week, we asked for your underrated items. Huh, sounds like a callback.
Right, so we asked what items do you build that people may not consider top tier or meta, but you enjoy building them anyway. First up, we have Fro that says, if someone doesn't say Pythag, I'm gonna be disappointed. I guess you said it, huh?
Yeah. I guess we're going right into my answers here. Pythagorean's piece, people.
Pythagorean's
Yeah.
piece.
Seriously, you give your allies 30 fucking power. That's so fat. Like,
I love
Oh
it on
my
a late
God.
game support.
One of my favorite moves is Pythags on Ares and Assault.
dude, yes. It's okay. Willow said it earlier. It's great. It's
broken
great
on
on
Ares.
Guardians. And I think I was explaining it to Lovey. I think Lovey ended up getting. Oh, I don't remember the god. It was like a Giannis. It was something like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Lovey, all right. I don't mean this as you as a player, but as a god, if you stand there and just throw your abilities out, you're not fucking doing anything in between. So at least you're giving your allies lifesteal and power. And
Yep.
And again, this doesn't mean any sort of disrespect to anyone who's not as skilled as others or whatever. If you're kind of bad at hitting your abilities, at least you can contribute by giving your allies power. And I think that's something I told her too. I'm like, look, if you're going to miss all your abilities, not trying to be rude, not saying you are, but she'll admit about 50-50 that match. At least you're doing something.
Yep.
Your presence
Oh,
is
yeah.
doing something.
Chance and I were talking about this exact thing. Apparently, somebody on a stream said that Discordia is the worst god in the game. And Chance and I both laughed about it and said, you know, even if you are the worst Discordia in the game, Discordia passive is broken enough that it's worth having the worst Discordia to ever play the game in the game.
Yep.
It's one of those things
Imagine
that gives
Discordia passive and a Pythags.
Yeah, exactly. That's like
Ooh.
that's what I mean.
Ooh.
If you're not doing the things that you need to, at least have something to help your team.
Now, I imagine that a lot of people sleep on Pythags because up front it says, oh, you only get 40 magical power. You benefit from the passive too. So
you're
you
getting
get
70.
Yes.
the 30
Yes.
magical power. You get
Aereo,
70 magical power.
Yesterday, we were having this conversation. He didn't
we had
know
this
this.
conversation
And we were
yesterday.
talking about Pythagoras' piece, right? And
Yeah.
you mentioned something about the powers, not very much. I'm like, but you got to remember, you get the passive. And he's like, what? I'm like, any aura item you buy, you get that passive. That's why, honestly, a lot of the aura items, it took me a while to know this. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why the base stats look like shit, because you got to add on the aura. Because you get
Yeah, that's
that
why
too.
Sovereignty and Heart Ward have so low stats.
Yeah, that's why they got
Yeah.
30 protections each, because you turn around and get another fucking 20. Or 25,
Yeah,
or
you're
whatever
getting-
the fuck number is. I don't know right
remember
off the
what
top
the
of my
numbers
head.
are. But yeah, you're getting
No.
the passive.
You get 12% magical lifesteal and another 12% from the aura. You get 24% magical lifesteal, which in the raw is the most magical lifesteal out of any of the lifesteal
Out of a
items.
single item, yes. It is the most.
Now, I'm sure Bancroft's passive, if you're below 25% health, you get 35. But
Yep. If you want to get that
you gotta
low,
be
go
almost
ahead.
dead. Like, you're dumb. Get Pythags. Powerful. Then Ares with his passive getting an extra 30 power.
And then an
So
extra
you
30
get-
power.
Yeah. So
It's a
you
good
get
item.
the 40
Buy it.
and then a 60.
Yes.
You get 100 magical power, health, ton of lifesteal, and cooldown. All for Ares. Get it.
This episode
Become
brought to you
dummy
by
thick.
Pythagoras' Peace and Aphrodite.
Big
If you're
tits
not
and
building
fine
it,
jewelry.
you're wrong. Yes.
A little further down, Coffin does say that he does build Pythag on Hades a lot. So there you go.
Yep.
Another example, you're sitting in your ult. You're not doing anything the whole fucking time you're channeling your ult, except giving your team power. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge. Hint, hint.
If you're not doing
Slap.
anything while you're sitting in Hades all, there's a problem.
Well, I mean, as Hades, you can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, you're
channeling.
not moving or anything. You're just channeling. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
still should be doing some damage and some CC.
All right,
What
touche,
else do we
touche.
got, Nev?
I don't know.
What
Have
else
you
do we
seen
got?
my Hades ults?
Yeah, I
To be
have.
fair. I should buy Pythag on Hades for that if you missed your abilities reference earlier.
Well, we got Tink coming in trolling and says
Hi, Tink.
Bancrofts.
Tink, get out of
Hi,
here.
Tink. And then we have Ufel saying, at Atlantispo, I sometimes rock on hunters without attack speed steroid like Kern and on her.
You should also check it out on Bakasura. Really good on Bakasura.
Pretty good on Kali as well. Same concept.
Mm-hmm.
Really good
No,
passive
I'm
that
trying
helps
to
you
think, there was
continue the chase.
There was a hunter that this goes really fucking good with. The other day, I was just thinking about it. I was like, fuck, who is it?
Izanami that you love?
No, Famous loves this on Izanami.
Oh,
I
yeah, that's
personally
right.
am not a huge fan of this on Izanami, but it's not a bad thing. Like, I would buy it, but I just like other items.
I think we were playing a game and you had mentioned it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm like,
who you
geez,
said.
it's really good on this hunter for X reason. And I'm like, drawing a fucking blank now. Moving on.
Yeah.
It's also really good on Mercury. More attack speed, more movement speed. He likes
There's
both
a lot
those.
of things that are good on a lot of gods. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Step. This game has mechanics, you're right.
Thank you for that confirmation, Depp. I appreciate it.
You know, I've been thinking about it. We got over 100 gods. Let's get more items in the game.
Make some suggestions.
I mean,
Fuck, we should do that for our community corner this week. Make an item.
make items. Oh, we might just do that. We might retcon.
That's
Yo,
solid.
change the show notes so I don't read the wrong thing.
Hit us up in 7 minutes and see what we're doing.
All right.
Well, actually, I think that's actually a really good segue because we are out of submissions and we basically covered
Ours.
a bunch of them
Yeah.
during our segment earlier. So
We
that's
did.
actually a really good segue. What's this week's community corner?
Oh, fuck, Depp. I'm putting this evil on you, not me.
Let's have the community make us a new Smite item. You don't have to worry about the tier 1 or tier 2. We're looking for tier 3. What are the stats? What's the bonus effect? And what is the gold cost of the item? Please have it make sense. Don't just say, oh yeah, you get 100 pen and 20% cooldown for 50 gold. Like, have it actually make sense, but make us an item. And maybe, you know, if others have suggestions similar to yours, we could
I have an
have
item.
an item tree for it.
I have an item suggestion for everybody to try and fix. Fix.
Not Toxic
Fix
Blade.
Toxic Blade.
It's
No.
Toxic Blade.
Fuck off! Fuck off! No.
Somebody fix Toxic Blade.
All right, fine. Willow's bonus extra credit. Fix Toxic Blade.
And then submit it to Fro for the Olympians meeting.
Pikachu face?
Huh?
Fix- Huh? Oh shit!
Real talk, but if someone did do like good suggestions, I really would do that. Just throwing that out there, please do it.
I mean, I just feel like that's something that Smite's been missing. We're at 100 gods now, right?
Yeah, we really haven't had a new
Like-
item in a while. We've had some changes.
The last one was Golden Blade, right?
Yeah,
Or,
Golden Blade coming back.
The truly new item, right?
And then we had Heartseeker change where it was because Golden Blade came. They happened
I mean,
together.
shoot. It could even be a protection item.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd love to see some new defense items.
let's
Yeah,
have it
can
make
even
sense
be protection
and,
items because I guess they matter.
I think
What are protections.
I think we need another item in the Shogun Kusari tree. I can't think of what it's called right now.
Oh
That
fuck!
magical-
Honorable mention. Assault top 5. Oni Hunter's garb. I was totally
Oni
fucking
Hunter's
holding on to
Garb.
that.
How do we not remember
Yeah.
that one?
That's oh my god. That's
mean,
actually beyond
Shogun's
honorable mention. That's
Kusari.
number 6. Tacking it on right
Yeah,
now. Let's go.
I'm giving it number
Shogun's
6.
Kusari is an honorable mention too. Like,
Shogun's Kusari is a situational honorable mention. I agree.
yeah.
Witchblade
item.
also,
the
by
best
the way.
defense is the best offense, so I would be okay seeing another offensive item. So there.
I agree, Nev. I agree.
And death is the best form of CC. This has been Battleground of the Gods, a Smite podcast, bringing to you all the items of Smite. They are situational. I have been your host, Depnation. You can find me at Depnation where it matters and at Depnation_ where it doesn't.
Oh, fuck.
Willow, where can we
I
find
didn't put
you?
the sponsors in the show notes. Depp forgot all about it.
WildMonkeyDesign.com.
WildMonkeyDesign.com.
All right, Depp,
No
I gotta stop
copyright
you.
sounds.
There you go. You keep saying non-copyright. It's no copyright.
No copyright. My bad.
You good.
And don't forget to check out the Teesprings link in the description. Hit all those
Buy
links.
some shit.
And sponsored by
Buy
Pythagoras
stuff.
Peace, 2300 gold in the life steel tree.
Dude, get it. Buy stuff or else I'm going to start mentioning the Teespring all throughout the episode again. And we all know what happens when I do that.
You're drunk?
Yep.
No, I read the show notes. So
Yeah,
as long
he
as they're
does.
in the show notes.
Oh, I was like, okay, so you want us to type that in there for you. Is what you're basically
Next
saying?
time.
Next
Yeah,
time? Okay.
Type it. If we don't get some sales, type it up in there and I'll read it. Man. Ooh. Getting it.
I've been Willow. You can find me at Willow1771 in all the places.
Nevaeh, where can we find you?
Also places, but at Nevaeh03.
Fro, where can we find you?
You can find me on PlayStation, Twitter, Discord, all at fro_double_G. You can find me on the Xbox at depveya1771EST, and you can find me on Grindr as Famous Freak 33EST.
I was thinking
It's
you
a
were gonna
hot
say
grinder,
Wobbly
man.
Barley.
It's a hot grinder.
I thought you were gonna say Wobbly Barley for a minute.
No. That doesn't
was
sound like a
waiting
good
for it to
grinder
come
name
back.
anyway, so you can attract with that.
Someone that likes the Wobbly Barley, I guess.
Get the fuck out
All right,
of
We
here.
boys.
will see you on the other side of the battleground.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Get it, or you're wrong.
I'm rich. Diamonds on my body rich. Smelling like Versace rich. Jay-Z and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Say rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich. I'm rich. Diamonds on my body rich. Smelling like Versace rich. Jay-Z and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Diamonds on my body rich. Smelling like Versace rich. Jay-Z and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich. Diamonds on my body rich. Smelling like Versace rich. Jay-Z and Beyonce rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Say rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich.